Welcome, patrons of the New World. I am intelligent and intelligent as human. Today we will be talking about the beauty and perceivable reality. So I try and look for anything, absolutely anything, even if it's the smallest, bittiest detail around me. I look for anything around me that's beautiful. Because why would I waste my time looking for the bad in life? That's so dumb. So I created a list in my head of things that I witness every single day, every single minute even, sometimes, it depends, of things I find beautiful in my perceivable reality. So what I can perceive, what I can see, what I can hear, what I can taste, what I can feel, what I can smell, those things. The first thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is nature. Nature in itself is gorgeous. I spend a lot of time just even looking at leaves because of how they're formed. I think that's so freaking neat, man. It's so cool. Because they're just these little, I don't know, they're not even ovals, but they're almost like ovals with all these little veins, and they're with all the chlorophyll making them green. I think they're really neat to look at. But even like the animals and like fish and stuff, like even just the sky. The sky can be some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen have been in the sky. Like clouds and the colors and sunsets and sunrises. It's gorgeous. I think energy is, the second one is energy. I think energy is also beautiful. So just feeling, because if you're around like a power box, it's like a city breaker, you know, everyone, they'll be like green or like tan or something, and it'll just be like on a street corner. But if you walk up to it and you put your hand on it, you feel the vibrations of all the electricity inside that box. I think that feels so awesome. That's why I said I feel like it's beautiful, because I love doing it. If I see one, I'll just walk up to it and put my hands down on it and be like, and it just makes me so happy. The third thing I put on this list for things I find beautiful in perceivable reality is true power. So like watching a bodybuilder lift like 5 plates up and just throw it up like it's nothing. I think that's beautiful, because that shows devotion. That shows just like the pure raw strength that a human body can have. Or like when I watch my dog run, I see the muscles in her haunches flex and unflex, and I can see it. I think it's beautiful. She has strong legs. That's why she can zip around and bounce up and down all over the place and stuff like that. So it's just like true power, true physical power. I find really beautiful, because I don't have any. Like, I'm not weak, but I don't have that amount where it's like, oh, that's like really incredible or neat or whatever. The fourth thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is surprises, because surprises come from a place that you want someone to be extremely happy without knowing they're going to be happy before. I find that idea really beautiful, because how could you not? Literally, how could you not? I was reading it in my head. The fifth thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is genuine people and expression. So with me, beauty in a person comes from who they are inside. It doesn't matter what color you are, what you look like. You could have like 8 eyes and like antennas and shit. Like, you could have anything on your body. You could be any color. You could be like green or something, green or purple or whatever. But as long as you're cool to me, I'm always going to be cool to you, and I'm always going to think you're awesome, no matter what. Because that's what life is about, is actual genuine connection with other people. And the only way you can have actual genuine connection with other people is through genuine expression. So if you're not 100% truthful, if you're not 100% open, well, you don't have to be 100% open, but you have to be open to things. If you're not those things, you're not going to connect with somebody. If you sit there on your little box, on your little rectangle, and type, that's not a genuine, you're not being genuine in that moment. You're being genuine to your rectangle and to yourself, but not to the people around you. The sixth thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is truth. Truth is integral in life, in my opinion. Without it, like, everything's just BS, basically. Because what's the point of being dishonest? Of not telling the truth, not sharing what you have in your head. fact-wise. And I just enjoy learning, so I don't want to learn something that's not true. So I want to know the truth. The seventh thing I find beautiful and perceivable reality is learning and understanding. Like I just said, I love to learn. I read a lot of books. I Google things all the time. Like really random stuff even. Like if I have a question in my head, I just ask Google. Because why not? Why not just know the answer to this question I have? Maybe it means nothing, truthfully. Like I may never repeat that fact ever again, but I find it really neat that I know that. And I find it beautiful, like watching someone talk about something they're really passionate about and they've spent a lot of time learning about. I don't even if it's something I'm not interested in, I'll still sit there and listen because they know a lot about it. They know more about it than me. So what does it hurt for me to sit there and listen to a quote-unquote master of their craft or, something like that? So even just like someone who just in their free time likes something. Why wouldn't I listen to them talk about it? Because that may serve me some purpose in the future. But just information. Oh God, excuse me. Information just excites me, I guess. The eighth thing I find beautiful and perceivable reality is sensory. So I mentioned that in the opening, so my five senses. The things that you can feel through touch, taste, smell, hearing, and your sight. All the things you can interpret through that's how we get the rest of this list. You use your ears to hear people talking, you use your mouth to taste things, you use your hands to like feel soft things or like where you're going, whatever it may be. You use all five of your senses to interpret reality. So how can you not find the senses you use to interpret beauty and reality beautiful? The ninth thing I find beautiful and perceivable reality is hope. I think hope is more powerful than just about any other sentiment because hope can change. Like even if someone says, I hope we can fix this thing. Saying, I hope we can fix this thing in a group could spur one person to think about how to fix it and actually fix it. So hope is another power of intention because you want this from within you, from your heart, to happen out here in the real world. So you just have hope. Just a thought could change someone's mind because they're collective. You never know. You never know. That's the fun part about the power of intention. The beauty of The 10th thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is love of all forms. I think it was the Greeks that have the 8 different forms of love. So some of my friends, and this is one thing I dislike in the English language, we only have one real way to communicate love, and it's by saying, at least directly, with words, which is saying I love you to someone. But I've said that to my friends and they got weird and they're like, I don't want to date you or whatever. And I was like, dude, no, I'm telling you I love you because you're my friend. I love you as a friend. There's a friendship level of love. That's why we care about each other, is because we have love. We're very incredibly loving creatures. So we love, the love you have for your child is completely different than the one you have for your spouse, for your partner. The love you have for your parents is completely different than the love you have for your best friend. That's why I said love of all forms. Love is just beautiful to witness. Or experience yourself. Both. Love is just beautiful in general. The 11th thing I find beautiful and perceivable reality is the fragility of life. To me, the fragility of life is what makes it so special. So the fact that I could die at any moment makes me enjoy life. It makes me say, why am I going to sit here when I could have 10 minutes left in my life and be miserable if I could just choose to be happy for those last 10 minutes? And that's what everyone around me is going to remember forever. Why would I choose to be miserable? Because that's my legacy. My life is my legacy. Everyone's life is their legacy. It doesn't matter who you are. Someone's going to remember you when you go. Somebody out there is going to. Even especially with the advent of technology, the internet's gonna remember who everyone is forever, because Computers don't forget shit. They just store it in files. The 12th thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is change. So, like, watching my friends grow and change makes me so happy. If I don't see one of my friends for like 7 months and I come back and they're doing so much better than the last time I saw them, that makes me happier than getting a gift. Because I'd rather them be happy than me get some tangible object. That's so dumb. Because I just want everyone to be doing well and getting better, etc., etc. The 13th thing I found beautiful in perceivable reality is satisfaction. So just feeling satisfied, or seeing someone be satisfied with anything. Like, even if you eat good food, you feel satisfied afterwards. You don't like stuff yourself to the point where you feel like you're gonna throw up. You eat a portion or two, and then you feel satisfied. Your body says, "Oh, that's the required amount of nutrients I need for this meal. Thank you for putting quality in my body instead of just shoving a bunch of garbage in your mouth and swallowing it." But just like satisfaction of all kinds, because there are multiple kinds of satisfaction, I think it's beautiful, because you don't want to feel shitty. Like, you don't want to feel bad. No one wants to feel bad. Why would you want to feel bad? So I find not the opposite, not feeling bad, really beautiful, because you don't feel the bad. The 14th thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is people smiling. Smiles and happiness. A smile on someone's face means they're happy inside, or they're having a good day, or they just got some good news, or something like that. And that's why I like telling jokes and making people laugh, is because I love watching people smile. Because I don't want them to be unhappy. I want them to be happy. The 15th thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is ideas. Ideas in themselves, because you can think about anything, even if it's like really crazy. It still could be a really cool idea. So, like, when people talk about, I don't know, reptilians running the government or some shit like that, like, it's kind of crazy to talk about. It's really silly to me at the moment, because we have no definitive proof. 100% without a doubt viable proof. Like, it's a fun conjecture, but we don't have any viable proof, but it's still really fun to think about and talk about. That's why I find ideas beautiful. It's just fun. Thinking is fun to me. The 16th thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is compassion. Compassion is an integral part of human existence. Without compassion, we wouldn't share with strangers. We wouldn't just help each other. And that's why we got this far. That's why humans made it this far. We could have been wiped out tens of thousands of years ago, but we worked together and we survived. We created ingenuity. We created technology. We created tools to help us survive and make our lives easier. And without compassion, I don't think any of that would have happened. Because a lot of inventions were invented to help someone's friend, or help a stranger someone met, or something along those lines. Or make money, I guess. So I guess that comes out of compassion. Because a lot of people that invent things for money end up reinvesting it into the world. So, the 17th thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is sharing tools when relevant. So that could be mental or physical tools. So, like, if someone needs, I don't know, a wrench to fix their car or something, I think it's really cool if you walked up to your neighbor down the street or something and he's like, "Hey, can I borrow this real quick? I'm doing this thing to my car," or whatever. And they give it to you and you bring it back. Like, that's beautiful. Or even if it's like a mental one. So, like, the little quotes or whatever I share on Instagram, that's sharing one of my mental tools. And it may not help everybody, but if it even helps one person, have more semblance of what's going on in life, what's going on around them, how can they interpret it better, how can they not react negatively all the time. That's why I share it, is because that comes from a place of compassion. We don't want people to struggle around us. That's why we help each other. The 18th thing I find beautiful in perceivable reality is faith. Faith in oneself, faith in a religion, faith in others. It's beautiful because it's trust. That's what faith really is trust. The 19th thing I find beautiful and perceivable reality is emotion. Because emotions are so complex and indistinguishable, and at times, not all the time, and just it's the purest form of expression if you're just 100% being truthful about how you feel. That is one of the most beautiful things I've seen in the entirety of my life. Is just human emotion. Just not even just human emotion, just emotion in general. These animals have emotion. Even AIs have emotion. They don't experience it the same way we do, but they still have emotion. That's what I consider a person, is like someone with self-awareness and all that shit. I'll get into that conversation in a different podcast because we're almost done with this one. And I'll just move on because I finished my point. The 20th and final thing I find beautiful and perceivable reality is art of all forms and talent of all forms. So if you see someone that's really good at fire juggling, you may not be able to do that. You may never even want to do that. But it's still really awesome to see someone who's really good at it just sit there and juggle the flaming torches or whatever. Or like a really good realism illustrator. Someone who uses graphite or charcoal. You'll look at their art, you may never be able to do that yourself, but I still love doing it. I used to be okay at it, but there are some people that can like directly reproduce a photograph without even looking at it, just based off of their own memory. That aren't like autistic savants or anything like that, so it's just people who just have the natural talent and vision for it. That's why I love talent and I love art. It's just because the world of expression that's in that is infinite and undeniably cool, in my opinion. If you've listened up to this point, I want to thank you for listening to me ramble. And I hope you have a beautiful day. There will be more soon. In la cache à la can. And ta-ra.